On April 13th, along with a number of veteran leaders across the state, I had the privilege of meeting U.S. Secretary of Veteran Affairs Eric Shinseki at the VA hospital in Ellesmere. Secretary Shinseki is a Vietnam veteran who served as Chief of Staff of the Army from 1999 to 2003. He was part of a panel discussion that included U.S. Senators Tom Carper and Chris Coons, Congressman John Carney, VA Hospital Administrator Chuck Dorman, and Delaware Veterans Home Director Bill Peterson. Questions about medical services available to returning veterans were fielded by the panel, including hospital officials who said they are focusing on providing services to the increasing number of new veterans, including the availability of mental health services. Part of that has been contacting veterans in current counseling programs to confirm their desire to continue involvement so as to best utilize available resources. Secretary Shinseki indicated that funding for the VA is growing and it's greater than in previous years and includes providing $60 million through the VA's per diem program and vouchers to more than 600 charities and other community organizations that serve veterans. The length of time it takes to adjudicate disability claims involving physical and psychological injuries like post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury was also raised. Secretary Shinseki said the VA is incorporating additional computer technology to expedite claims that have steadily risen from 970,000 in 2009 to 1 million in 2010 to 1.3 million in 2011. But he reiterated that while the goal is on expediting claims, getting them right is more important. The higher than national rate of veteran homelessness and joblessness was also discussed. This is an issue that impacts every state, and Secretary Shinseki said that while the VA is working to address both issues, there was no quick answer. He said both issues are directly related, and the quicker we can bring them in, as he said, to housing, the more we can do to help. He noted that the VA has provided refinancing for 83% of the 100,000 veterans who have asked for help on their mortgages. Tony Davila, Executive Director of the Delaware Commission of Veteran Affairs, said the Commission is working to help the Home of the Brave in Milford and agreed that we need to provide housing as a step in job hunting. The plight of women veterans with dependent children was also acknowledged. There is currently no home specifically for them in Delaware. Bill Peterson provided an update on the Veterans Home, which serves elderly Delaware veterans in Milford. 20 of the 40 beds in the new Blue Wing that recently opened are already full, but there are still 56 people on the waiting list. He noted the average age of residents is 88 years old. The Vocational Rehab program for disabled veterans who have already used up their regular college tuition benefits was also discussed. Depending on the circumstances, some veterans could qualify for both programs. An advantage of Voc Rehab is that it provides subsistence and housing allowances. The Delaware Veterans Coalition agrees that providing temporary housing for veterans or helping them stay in their homes must be a priority. Funding is always an issue, particularly in this time of competing priorities and organizations. We suggest an innovative way of raising funds that more than a dozen states have tried is a veterans lottery. Such a lottery could be used to create a trust fund to provide money for housing homeless veterans, including single women with children. This would supplement rather than replace funding already provided by the state of Delaware. Now is the time to discuss this issue. Finally, nearly 80,000 veterans call Delaware home. That's about 9% of the population, not even counting our families. The Delaware Veterans Coalition is a nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization whose purpose is to represent issues affecting all generations of Delaware veterans. We represent them to our state legislator as registered lobbyists. Our slogan, suggested by Purple Heart veteran Bob Corsa, is "Veterans are our only business." While the foregoing issues must be addressed, we also highlight the benefits of hiring veterans and of encouraging them to make Delaware their permanent home and utilize their talents and financial assets here. They are employees who are young, healthy, well-trained, disciplined, accustomed to following rules, and who have documented leadership capabilities. They allow us to sleep securely in our beds and protect our national interest. Many have served multiple tours in harm's way. Veterans are taxpayers who bring hundreds of millions of dollars of federal money into Delaware each year, including the VA hospital at Ellesmere, clinics in each county, educational funding, retirement and disability checks, and other sponsored service. It's to our benefit to encourage veterans to stay in Delaware. Governor Markell recently signed a law that allows generous tax credits to employers who hire the vet. I hope you will consider these issues. And next time you see a veteran, thank him or her for their service to our great country.